In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Jeremy Sochan and why he is the perfect teammate to Victor Wembanyama. This is my own personal opinion and backed up by some crazy footage. So let's get down. Let's check out Jeremy Sochan. And of course, if you want to be able to shoot the basketball from further away, make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. Okay, so here's Victor Wembanyama in this clip, and what are some of the things that we see on the floor right now? He is out on the perimeter as a 7'5" basketball player with Jeremy Sochan down in the low post. Sochan is generally a power forward / center, but it seems like the actual San Antonio Spurs are kind of using him as a forward / point guard depending on the time of the game. And what we can see right here is he's able to post up because guess what? Victor Wembanyama is going to be taking the other team's biggest player, which means that a player like Jeremy Sochan can feast off of assists by Victor Wembanyama just by posting up the other team's not as big guy. He's kind of a dirty player too, so he's able to get away with a little bit more. The reason being is because, of course, when you are a dirty or rougher player like Jeremy Sochan is, guess what? As soon as you start playing a really aggressive at the beginning of a game, the referees are going to see less and less aggressiveness. That's why my U12 team plays super aggressive. Now here they are running the offense with two forwards, technically a forward who's turned into a point guard, and a couple of guards. Well, guess what? They're running a Horns style offense right here. They have a set screen up top on both sides, and Jeremy Sochan then attacks that screen. This is actually quite interesting because here they are forced to switch off, and now with this man rolling towards the middle, if this wasn't so clogged up, this would be a massive mismatch. However, what we do see is the fact that this man is coming in, and Jeremy Sochan has some fantastic court vision where he's able to see players on the court who are wide open. And that's exactly what we were able to see right here with the kick out pass to the weak side corner, so that now his teammate is able to get at least a shot up. In this case, it's a floater. And yes, this floater did go in. The other nice thing about this is the fact that they're going to have two big men in the key, Victor Wembanyama being one of them. Sochan is not going to be in the key, but he's a super aggressive player who's very quick. This allows shots to be blocked or defensive rebounds to be outlet to Jeremy Sochan, who is, of course, a very quick player in his own right. But now he's able to get those passes off in a 2-on-1 situation. Now, the call for the lob didn't get answered. He didn't get the lob, and he could have got the lob, but by having multiple big guys around Victor, it's going to be a lot of, or at least lead to potentially a lot of wins, unlike this game. Also, because now Jeremy Sochan now has either 0 players or maybe a smaller guard guarding him, whenever Victor or the other team or the other center on the team attacks the paint, they're going to be collapsing, and of course they're going to be able to get those kick out passes to Jeremy, who can actually hit some threes. The other nice thing about this too is, of course, the mismatch where he's got kind of a higher-ish release. We can see that right here where the set point is quite high, where it's going to be maybe a bit harder for a smaller guard to be able to block a shot like this. So this was actually a very fantastic option that Greg Popovich put in, and he's very smart for doing this. And like I was saying, it's actually going to lead to a lot of mismatches. So here they have the drive and kick to Jeremy Sochan. Sochan's able to get that ball, but now look at the massive mismatch. Big muscular dude who's tall versus somewhat not so tall guy. So when he attacks this player, he's able to really make a lot of contact and take a lot of contact to be able to make that shot. This is actually a fantastic strategy that more teams should be running, and it's actually a strategy that I'm running with my high school team with a center playing point guard. Now we actually see right here some potential that could lead to a lot of baskets for Victor. Victor and, of course, Sochan come together for a dribble handoff. When that happens, if this man was guarding Sochan tighter, and Sochan used that dribble handoff by Victor Wembanyama, and they got that switch, look at the difference now. You now have a forward / center guarding Sochan, and Sochan is used to guarding bigger bodies. He's a big man himself, and he played center for a long time in his career. And you now have Victor, who is being switched off, in this case, to Julius Randle, which is a massive mismatch. Then again, it's Victor, so everything's a mismatch for him anyways. But an even bigger mismatch than the other team's big center, which will lead potentially, if they don't switch off, to some easy baskets for Victor, or if they just say, screw it, I'm guarding Victor and not guarding Jeremy Sochan. Sochan could have some easy baskets, and he didn't really have the opportunity to shoot there. In my opinion, he should have, but he was able to get the assist anyways. And again, here, he's taking the other team's guard off the dribble, and in transition at that. So here, he notices he's got a mismatch. He's going to have mismatches throughout the entire game. And by him just attacking that mismatch every single time he can, going literally right through them, he's going to be able to, of course, score a lot of points, but take some pressure off of Victor. This is actually a very good strategy that you can run. If you have a center who's actually a pretty good, pretty solid ball handler who can pass the ball, and you've got another big center that you could really use something like this with, it's actually a good strategy. I'm using a similar strategy with my high school this year, where my 6'3" center, I call him a center because he can get the rim to like his elbow because he jumps so high. He's 6'3". Normally, every other team's been using him as a center when it comes to AAU or rep. I'm using him as a point guard because he's going to have to learn that anyways because he's only 6'3". But my 6'7" center is going to be the real center. And those two together, I'm going to be having a ball handler that's coming down at 6'3" who can jump out of the gym or jump through the roof, whatever you want to call it, and he's going to be coming down. And because usually the other team, if they're running man, they're going to say, the point guard's going to say, hey, yo, I'm guarding ball. That point guard may only be 5'10" and may not be able to jump. Guess what? We're going to be using that so much this year. It's going to be fantastic. But strategies like this can help a lot and help you win a ton of games. Having two big men who can start, one being a point guard, is just such a fun strategy. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again next time.